Hiker J here. Over the last couple months, I have had my go bag fail me in two different occasions. It's not so much the bag, it was that I had a large go bag and it wasn't always with me when I needed to be, and it failed in that I didn't have the things that I needed. So I've decided to build a mini go bag system, and this is it right here. Something that's small, compact, that can be under my car seat at all times, and it's filled with all the different things that I need no matter what comes across my path. So as we go through this loadout, as always, the links to all the products will be down below in the description for this video to my Amazon affiliate. So if you want to check an item out a little bit more, go on down there, click on it, and you can explore it a little bit more. But there's a lot in here, so we're going to go through it. I really want your input too. Is there something that I'm missing that could be added in here as I go through it as well? So before we get into the items, why this pack from 511, the Mira over-the-shoulder pack, why this one and this size? So I have a backpack system that is pretty much a go bag that's ready for like wilderness, and it's a 20 liter, and that's a really good pack, but I find that I don't always take it or have it, even when I'm just on a family outing that turns into a bonfire and then I don't actually have it with me. So I wanted something that I could put underneath my seat. Now you all know that I have this system, which is kind of like an emergency system in a dry bag that I put in my wilderness pack every time I go out into the wilderness. But this is a little bit bulky, and there's extra items that I want to take when I'm actually going into the wilderness, like my cook kit, that type of stuff. So I still have this, and this will still go along with me. I did a whole loadout on this video. You can check that up here on the right. But then I also have this over-the-shoulder Condor pack, which I've used in the wilderness for years now. But it's not very compact, and it doesn't something that I can just stash in my Jeep and not even know it's there until I really need it. So what I did was I've gone with the 511. It's a tactical type of shoulder bag, over-the-shoulder bag. It's actually a crossbody bag. It's called the Mira. They have them in a couple different versions. I bought this one. I'm going to give it as a gift, but I'm going to keep the black one. The one thing that I love about the green one is that it's orange on the inside. That is so brilliant in that you can see everything in it, where the black one is completely black on the inside, which is kind of a bummer, but I went with black for a very important reason. I want this to slide underneath my Jeep seat in the back, just like that, and my carpet is black, so you don't even see that it's under there. You have no clue it's down there. Slides in perfect, still has a little bit more room, so I can get it out really easily or put a jacket up on top of it if I needed to. So that's why I've gone with the black model for my little mini go bag. Couple of the simple features with the Mira is that it has MOLLE on the front, so you can attach things like the knife or the hero clip. Has an over-the-shoulder body strap. I like this one quite a bit because it's not super bulky. Like, I just throw it over, this hangs on my hip, and I can put another backpack over top of it and not even know it's there. That is one thing that I really wanted. Like, I can just throw this over my shoulder and go with just this, or if I want to throw this on and then throw a heavier pack with like some wilderness gear and stuff in it, I can do that too. So that's why I went with this model. One thing that it is lacking that I want to hear what you think too is a water bottle holder, because I always have that. Now I do have a carabiner, and I've just clipped a water bottle onto that when I've gone out, and it just hangs off the side. Some people hate that. I don't mind it too much. It's kind of behind me and it doesn't really bother me. So that's the fix I have for right now. But I'm okay with it not having a water bottle holder because I have a water purifier in this case as it is. Now let's get to the meat of this video, and that's the items I carry in here. So the outside, I have this hero clip. If you don't know hero clip, they are amazing. You should check them out. You can clip and hang anything. I absolutely love that. I have this SA Ronin knife that I put on the outside. It has a hip clip but also a neck hang. I put it on the outside right now because it's okay, but it can be put inside and be less obvious if I needed to. I can just unclip it, unstrap it, and clip it from here and put it on the inside. The last thing is it has this great magnet closure back pocket right here, and I just have my pack towel from Pack Towel. These are great if you've ever checked those out. They're like a microfiber. They don't mold, don't smell, but I just have that because I wear glasses and I use a camera, and I always need something to dry off or clean or polish something, and it's perfect for that, or just dry my hands if I need to. So that's the outside of it. Real simple. It's adjustable shoulder strap. Now let's get into the inside and what I have in here. Now it has a two-way zipper, which is kind of cool, so no matter what side it is, you can kind of have it open from there. And when you open it up, it's got different compartments in it. And this is why I liked this one so much. I'm going to put it this way for you. is that you have a large pocket right here. Honestly, you could put a pistol if you needed to in here, if you wanted to have something like that. It has pockets, it has places for pens, pencils, closed pockets, and then also just pouches. And additionally, it kind of has a lot of room down below, so I have some things shoved down there. So let's start pulling things out, and I'll talk about why I carry these actual items in here. Let's start with the back panel. I have a Condor Buff. Absolutely love these. Great for hats or anything that you need, or putting around your wrist for sweat. That's awesome. Additionally, with the clothing side of things that are kind of here, I have a rain poncho, emergency rain poncho. Used to carry a larger one, but I found that it took a lot of room in my main pack, and I don't always use it. So I don't really mind that this is like a buck or two, and if it's really raining, I'll be all right with that. That's something that I sacrificed from my other one, is that I don't have a survival shelter in here. But this is not so much that I'm going to be way out back in the wilderness. This is more of a day-to-day, everyday carry, if it hits the shan type of stuff. So I think this would work just fine. It has a key lanyard, and on here I've got a quick little blue light to be able to see things. I've got flashlight systems are kind of redundant in here. I've got multiple because I found that I kind of reach for a bunch of different options. So this is quick, so I can just look in the bag and find what I want to find and grab it if it's dark. So that's kind of what this one's for. And then I have these Night Eyes little straps. These things are awesome. I've done videos on these. They're just excellent. You should check them out. Videos up there on the right. And then I have a compass with a thermometer. And this one's kind of cheesy, but it works. I just like having a thermometer along with me too. So, and then the last thing I have in this main pocket are hand warmers. This is something that my family uses a lot. Additionally, you can open them up and put them on like your phone or camera equipment overnight to keep them warm so the batteries don't die. So I do like having some hand warmers in there. So that's kind of what I have in the main shove pouch in the bottom. Working my way out, I have a Blackfire headlamp. So this is just clips onto a hat, and you're able to use that as a light. Really like this. It's also, what I like about it, it doesn't have the strap, all the extra pieces. It just clips on, or I can just hold it and use it as a flashlight too. Blackfire, if you haven't checked them out, great products that they have out there. I also have my field notes, which is the write in the rain type that you can take and write no matter what. If it's pouring rain, it'll write and it'll keep it and it won't ruin, and these won't get messed up if they get wet. And of course a pencil next to it so I can write things if I really do need to write something down. Now next to there is the only pouch that has like a Velcro, and I put my water purification system in here because I kind of like it to be closed, contained, away from everything else. And I have the Aqua Mira version of the Frontier Max. I really love Aqua Mira's products. They're not as well known because everybody uses like Sawyer and different brands and such, but what I like about them is that they open, so I can change this cartridge out at any time. And they have 3 different types of cartridge. They have a blue one, which is just for like water that you can put in a water bottle and clear, like if you want to get like chlorine out of your water from your tap. They have the green one here that will handle most everything we have in Michigan, but it won't handle viruses. And then they have the red capped version that handles the viruses and everything. So what I like about it is that it's so easily change out. So I can just get a new one of these. I don't have to throw away a lot of the different outside housing and everything, and I can reuse things. So I've kind of been going towards that, wanting to use more reusable items. But the Frontier, what's great about it is that it can be turned into, these are the adapters that come with it. So it can be turned into a straw with just a couple adapters, and I can just drink out of a river, but it can also be hooked into a bladder. I can put it into a bottle and just drink from it. I don't have an extra bladder system in this one like I have in my other ones with my Sawyer that I can clip on, but I think with this one it's really more about like real emergency where I need to just like drink out of a river or some type of water source that I've got in an old cup or something. So I think that this is perfect. It's super light and it fits right in here beautifully. So that's my water purification system that I carry in here. I always feel like you should have something like that with you all the time. So we're always wheeling out in Michigan in the state land and stuff. So you never know if there's an accident and you're out there all night and you need water. So I think that's really important to have something like that. And then there's 2 pouches on the back here. So first one is my weird little medical kit. So I've used this style for so long. I've gotten little medical kits and put them in, but this basically has everything that I want that I need medically. My medicines, moleskin, another hand warmer, different things like that. So that's where I put my medicines and things. Then this other pouch is my fire starter pouch. So I've got the Light My Fire fat wood and the coconut handled striker. I absolutely love this whole setup. It's such a great system, and their fat wood is amazing. If you haven't checked out their fat wood, you can check out the video up here on the right. But I have this for my fire starter. Then I have a couple other things. Obviously I definitely have a lighter because I think that's the easiest thing to go to in a real bad situation. If you're wet, raining and everything, you don't want to fight with the striker. But if the lighter is broken or doesn't work, then you've got the backup of the striker. Oh, I also wanted to say that my coconut piece actually has my whistle on it too. So that works. It's pretty cool. Then I have a couple little chunks of fat wood that I cut off of here and then I splintered. Man, if you're having trouble making a fire and you just take and shave this up a little bit, sit that in there and start the fire, it's gonna go no problem. So I like having a couple of these. These have been my go-to fire starters for the season. And I just really, really like them. And I have this bellows, which I think is really important. If you've never used one, they're amazing. It just concentrates starting a fire up where you can blow. And these things are like super cheap, super light, super easy. So it's something that I'm starting to throw into my fire starter setup. It might seem like if you're an ultralight, like it's not really that heavy though. So I just like it because you can pinpoint that air and really get that fire started. Now the last part of this little mini go bag is just what I have down below. And I'm probably going to change this up a little bit. But number one is a battery source, a small battery source for my cell phone. It's not a big one, it's not huge. I've thought about getting a solar type charger because then I can actually charge it, but I find that this is perfect enough to plug it in if my battery's dead and I can get a call out or do that type of thing. So some type of mini battery system for your phone. And then cordage I have down here. This I've got a variety of it and I'm gonna change this out and do something different with my 550 cord and just my cordage. There's a company called Atwood, which I'm testing out right now. They have the thinner, which I think is important to have the thinner cord because you don't always need like this major cord to tie down a tarp or do something like that. But they've got 2 dispensers for these and I'm testing them out. Videos will be coming out later. I actually really like them. I think they're smart. So I'll probably put a dispenser down in here or just bag all these up. But right now they're sitting in the bottom, tucked away down there. Kind of adds padding to the bottom of the bag, which is okay. And the last thing down there is a flashlight. Again, redundant because I've got one there and I've got a tiny one, but this does give me that red light, which I like to use a lot at night so I don't mess up my night vision, but it also has white as well. So I do kind of have 3 light systems, one for the head, one for a regular flashlight, and then one for looking in the bag and finding things. But I think that's a really good thing to have redundant light systems, especially when you're working with batteries that can die. I'm also out there with my kids all the time and I can pass this one to them and they can see in the dark as well. You know, at first when I failed a couple months ago, I was like really frustrated. I was like, man, how can I not have the stuff that I need? But then I just turned it right into a project and I've really enjoyed picking out the parts, figuring out the parts to put into this loadout. I want to hear from you. What would you put in? Do you think there's some things that I shouldn't have in here or there's things that I should have in here? Now think about it. It's a mini loadout bag. So it's a mini go bag. So it's not something that I expect to have everything that I need, but these are the things that I feel like I will need on a daily basis that I can just have in my Jeep because usually I go to a place with my Jeep, a trailhead with my Jeep, I'm Jeeping, I'm going all around. So if it's in there, I've got it at all times and I'm ready to use it. So I'm not just like failing when I'm like we're deciding to do something when we're already out and I don't have the stuff with me. So like I said, the links to all the products are down below in the description so you can check them out yourself. Till next time, just remember, life's a hike, so hike happy, and make sure you have a little mini go bag with you so you're prepared.